everyone, and welcome to Healthy Cooking with Shayda. I am your host, and this is where I teach you how to make healthy plant-based meals that are salt, oil, and sugar-free. Before we get started today, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And if you enjoy our videos, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. I'm actually really excited about today's cooking demonstration because this was a cake, well, it's a sushi cake that I made for myself a couple of years ago, and it turned out really well, and I kept meaning to make it, and I kept forgetting to make it until recently Aaron reminded me that we need to make this cake and share it with you guys because it was really wonderful. So some of the things that you're going to need, honestly, the stuff that I'm putting into the sushi cake, you can make it completely your own and put things in that you like. There is no right or wrong with this. What you will need is a springform pan, and I like this one. It's a silicone one with a glass bottom, and if you push up here, this whole thing opens up and your cake comes out. It's really nice and easy, and I love this for baking, and I love for making the sushi with it as well. So once the sushi is completely done, I will unwrap it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And I will put a link to the springform pan in the show notes for you guys. The recipe will also be on my website for you guys to get. And if you have any questions, you can, like always, put the comments in the YouTube and I will be happy to answer, or on my website. What we're going to use today is forbidden rice. Not sure if you guys are familiar with forbidden rice, but it's got like a purple hue to it. And what I did is a short grain rice, and I added rice vinegar. Now this rice vinegar is sodium free and sugar free. I added this to it so that it makes it just a little bit more sticky. Now, why am I using forbidden rice? Well, forbidden rice is high in antioxidant, it's high in fiber, it's extremely nutritious, and it's extremely delicious. And the best part is it's black. It's got a purple hue to it, and I like it. You are welcome to use white rice for this. You are welcome to use brown rice, red rice. But I just think using the black makes it that much more colorful, and it just makes it so pretty. The presentation comes out beautiful, and I love everything about presentation. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using raw nori sheets that I've cut out to make sure that it fits into our springform pan. And also we're going to be using sprouts. Today I'm using micro broccoli sprouts, but you can use sunflower, you can use kale, you can use, I remember one time Aaron got me wasabi sprouts, and I wish the guy was around so I could get that, because that in here would be phenomenal. It would be really, really good. We're also using red cabbage, cucumber, mango. I love mango in my sushi, and every time I get it, I always ask for mango. And then I'm also using guacamole, and it's my recipe, and I'll put a link to the guacamole recipe so you guys can get that. So I think we're ready to start, and let's start. So we're going to start with the forbidden rice. Now the forbidden rice, I went ahead and I made it in the Instant Pot. And if you don't know how to make forbidden rice in the Instant Pot, it's super, super easy. This was 2 cups of forbidden rice, and you want to wash it really well. And then you put that in the Instant Pot with 2 3/4 cups of water. You're going to set the timer for 22 minutes. You're going to let the pressure come down naturally. After 10, 15 minutes, go ahead and open the lid. And you're going to go ahead and mix the rice together. And then at that point is when I added about 2 or 3 tablespoons of the rice vinegar, and I mixed it really well. And I put it in the bowl, and I tried to let it cool off a little bit before starting our sushi. It is going to be sticky, so I really do recommend you guys wearing gloves. I like to get in there with my hands, and the best way of doing it, I think, is by having gloves on. So we're going to take the rice, and you're probably going to take about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of rice to, put it on the bottom of the pan and let it sit. So let's get that in there. So you can take the back of the spoon and just press it down and go all the way around. You want to make sure that it's all even so you can have a nice layer in there. This cake, when it's done, makes a really nice presentation. You could use this as a birthday cake. You can use it for the holidays that's coming up. It's just a beautiful dish, and you can take it anywhere you go for like a potluck or something if you want to make a spectacular presentation. And you don't want to make the rice too thick on the bottom or too thick on the top. So maybe you want about a 1/4 inch. Shoot for that. And what's nice is you can kind of lift this up and you can kind of see how the rice is on the bottom. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more. Okay, so we've got the rice in there now. Let me show you. That's all that we've done so far. Now you're going to take your nori that you've cut out into your circular shape and you're going to put that on top. Next, now you could put whole avocado, like you could slice avocados and put it in here, but I find that when you do it like a guacamole type, it just stays better and it comes out a little bit cleaner when you're trying to cut it. So we're just going to take some of the guacamole and put that on top. Okay, so now we've got our layer of guacamole. So what's going to go next? I think I'm going to put some cucumbers. Now, what I've done, these are the Persian cucumbers. I like using these better than the English cucumbers. These are tastier to me. Plus, I grew up with the Persian cucumbers. So what I did is I peeled them, and then using a wide blade like this, I went through and I just sliced them thin, so that way I can put them in here. And then when they're thinly sliced, they're more pliable. So all we're going to do is we're going to go around and we're going to put this on top of the guacamole. And don't be afraid to tear up the cucumber like I'm doing in order to make it fit, especially in the corners and stuff. So let me show you this. Now we have the cucumbers in there. Now we're going to add my favorite, which is the mango. Now the mango, you want to make sure that that in itself is also thinly sliced. And I add, because I did this the day before, I add a little bit of lemon juice to the mango, because I don't want the mango turning black. So that's what I've done. So basically like this, and then we're going to put it all the way around. I'm going to start out with the outside first. Okay, next we're going to add the micro broccoli to it, the sprouts. Okay, so now that the sprouts have been added, we're going to add the red cabbage. Now the red cabbage, you want to shred it really thinly and put it on here. So now we have our cabbage here, and as you're making this, make sure with your hands you kind of press down so everything's starting to sift. We're going to add some guacamole on top of the cabbage, because that's going to help to have our nori that we're going to put on top and our cucumber, it'll help to make it stick a little bit better. Okay. And now we have some cucumber left over, so we're going to add another layer of cucumber. Okay. So I just added another nori on top, and now we're going to go in with our final layer of the forbidden rice. So now that we have finished our final layer, we're going to decorate the top of the cake. When I did it for my birthday, I put shredded riced cauliflower on top with shredded carrots, and then I took asparagus and I cut them in different heights, and that was the candle in the center. But today I think I'm going to do a flower using the red bell pepper and the orange bell pepper, and I've got a slice of the mango right in the center. And then we're going to take some riced cauliflower and pour that on top, kind of like making it like it's snowing. So get creative on how you want to decorate the top of the cake. Like I said, there is no right or wrong answer. Now, another thing that I bought this at the Middle Eastern store, is dried roses. In the Middle Eastern cuisine and in a lot of our spices, we use dried rose petals to make our spices. So when I saw these at the store, I thought, well, how fun would it be to put some of this on top of the cake? I just think it would be so pretty. So we're going to also add a little bit of that. So if you find like fresh edible flowers, I think that would be beautiful on top here to arrange it with fresh edible flowers as well. So let's get started. Okay, so now that I've got the bell peppers all spread out, I took one of the dried roses and I put that in the center. And then I'm going to take the riced cauliflower and just sprinkle it on top, making it look like it snowed. This is the best part about it. You guys get, to be creative in doing what you want. And then we're going to take some of the roses and we're going to put them intermittently. If you guys could smell these roses, they smell so good because I think they've added rose water to it. In fact, I can smell the rose water. So our cake is currently done. But what I would recommend to you is if you want to serve it that night, I would make this first thing in the morning. Don't take it apart. Put this exactly the way it is. Put it in the refrigerator because you want it to set. So that way when you're cutting it, it'll make it a little bit easier and it will hold its shape. So I typically, if I'm having company that night, I will make this early in the morning and I put it in the refrigerator. And then right before I want to serve it is when I will take this off the mold and we will serve it at that point. So we're going to put this in the refrigerator and then we're going to come back and show you the finished product. Okay guys, so our sushi has been in the refrigerator and it's been cooling down and it's been, doing its thing. So now I'm going to take it out of the springform pan, and the silicone one is really nice because you can just push this up. And it comes out. And then we're going to gently take this apart. You have to be gentle with it because you don't want the whole thing coming apart. There you have it. And you're going to leave it on the glass that it's sitting on. And then what I typically do is I will take my serving platter that I'm going to serve it in. And I put it here. Here's a better close-up for you guys to see it. And then I will put it in here. And then you can decorate it however you like, and we can take some more of the rose petals, and we even have some fresh rose petals that we can put around it just to, you know, make it pretty. You just want to make it appealing to the eye when you're serving it. This is why I say something like this is wonderful to take for the holidays to a friend's house, or you could make it for your birthday cake like I suggested to you guys earlier. Okay, so we are going to cut the cake and see what it looks like. So when you're cutting it, just be very careful because it will start to kind of come out. There we go. Oh, look at that, guys. And there you have it, guys. Here's a slice of sushi cake. I hope you've enjoyed it. So I hope you've enjoyed watching another episode of Healthy Cooking with Shayda. This recipe, like I said, will be on the website. And remember, guys, it's one bite at a time, one meal at a time. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Take care.